Sarah Blake was having a really tough time. After losing her job, her days blurred into a mess of job applications and forced smiles. Every rejection felt like a punch to the gut. To make matters worse, she was drowning in bank debts. One especially cold evening, she was walking home from another failed interview when she saw something that made her stop in her tracks. A man, wearing tattered clothes, was huddled on a bench with a baby in his arms. His eyes, tired and worn, held a flicker of surprise as Sarah approached. "Hi," she said gently. "I'm Sarah. Are you and your baby okay?" The man's voice was rough from lack of use. "James," he croaked, "this is Emma, my daughter. We've got nowhere to go tonight." Sarah's heart ached at the desperation in his voice. Without thinking, she said, "Come with me. It's too cold to be out here. You can stay at my place tonight." James hesitated, but then gratitude washed over his face. Together, they walked to Sarah's small apartment. Inside, she quickly made a makeshift bed and crib from spare blankets and pillows. As James soothed Emma, Sarah cooked up a simple meal. "Thank you," James mumbled, his eyes brimming with gratitude. "I lost my job, then our home. Emma's mom left when things got bad. It's been really hard." Sarah listened, her heart heavy. "I know how it feels to lose everything," she said quietly. "I'm buried in bank debts myself. But you're holding on for Emma. That's what matters." That night, as Sarah lay in bed, she couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about James and Emma. Helping others was always important to her, but this felt different. There was a spark of responsibility, a flicker of hope. Eventually, she drifted into an exhausted but oddly content sleep. The next morning, sunlight woke Sarah. She heard laughter, a sound she hadn't heard in her home for a long time. She followed the sound and found James on the floor, playing with Emma. The room felt warm and alive. "Good morning, Sarah," James said with a smile. "Emma and I made breakfast. It's the least we could do." Touched by the gesture, Sarah joined them at the table. "Thank you," she said, her voice thick with emotion. As they ate, she felt a shift inside her. Her home, once filled with sadness, now felt vibrant and alive. After breakfast, James surprised Sarah by offering to help with her job search. He shared tips and advice from his own experiences, and the day passed quickly with shared tasks. By nightfall, an unspoken bond had formed between them. "Sarah," James began hesitantly, "I don't want to impose, but—" Sarah cut him off, sensing his worry. "You and Emma can stay as long as you need. We'll face this together." Tears welled in James's eyes. "Thank you, Sarah. You have no idea what this means to us." Weeks turned into months, and an unexpected rhythm settled around the trio. James found odd jobs to help with expenses, while Sarah, driven by a new sense of purpose, attacked her job search with renewed energy. Their friendship blossomed, and Emma's laughter became the heart of their makeshift home. One evening, Sarah got a call for an interview at a prestigious company. Nervous yet excited, she prepared for the big day. James, always supportive, reassured her, "You've got this. You're going to nail it." The interview went well, and Sarah returned home with a spring in her step. The smell of a delicious dinner filled the air, and there were James and Emma waiting with a homemade meal. "How did it go?" James asked, hope in his eyes. "I think it went really well," Sarah replied, smiling. "Thank you, James, for believing in me." Days later, Sarah received the job offer. Overjoyed, she hugged James. "We did it." "No, Sarah," James said, his voice thick with emotion. "You did it. You're amazing." Sarah settled into her new routine, but one day, James approached her with a serious expression. "I've been offered a stable job in a nearby town. It's great for Emma, but I don't want to leave you alone." A pang of sadness hit Sarah, but she understood. "You have to do what's best for Emma. We'll always be connected, no matter where life takes you." Their last night together was spent reminiscing about their journey. "Sarah," James said softly, You saved us. But you know what? You saved me too. A gentle smile touched Sarah's lips. We saved each other. The next morning, tears welled in Sarah's eyes as she watched James and Emma drive away. Though she felt a pang of loneliness, she knew they would be okay. Weeks turned into months, and Sarah found her rhythm in her new job. Yet she often thought of James and Emma, sending silent wishes for their happiness. Then, one day, a knock on the door shattered the quiet afternoon. Sarah opened it to find James and Emma, beaming. "We missed you," James said simply. Tears filled Sarah's eyes. "I missed you too," she choked out, pulling them into a tight hug. James had found a stable job and a place to call home, but more importantly, they longed for the connection they had with Sarah. It was a beautiful reminder that family wasn't about blood, but about love, support, and unwavering presence through life's storms. Their lives, forever intertwined, proved that simple acts of kindness could change the world, one person at a time.